By far the biggest sneaker release of the year is the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found. It's an original colorway of the most popular Jordan model of the last few years, reimagined with a distressed design that makes it seem as if the shoe was left in a box in a mom and pop shop for 30 plus years. This can be seen with the crackled leather in the toe box and heel, oxidized outsole, distressed box, and a receipt that mimics the one you would receive from the original release date in 1985. Now I'm actually going to be giving away the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found in your size once I hit 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and we are so close, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. Now in the meantime, we are going to be looking at 10 perfect fall ready shoes for you guys to wear that will instantly upgrade your style. So be sure to stick around to the end of the video because we're going to be talking about a shoe brand that is definitely worth investing in 2023. So the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found fits true to size and the quality is pretty good. What makes this a great fall shoe is that they release in mid-November. Air Jordan 1's a great styled with pants and earth tone colors that you would typically wear in the fall time. Now in my opinion, New Balance has had the best year of releases of any shoe brand in 2022. There are so many models to choose from. One of my favorites is the New Balance 2002R. After the success of the first Great Protection pack of last fall, they dropped a bunch of new colorways and they all look great. They even stepped out of the box with some fun, colorful options, so there are plenty of versions that can suit your personal style. They even dropped a bunch of general release colorways that were super easy to cop, some of which you can grab right now, so I'll leave a link in the description for you guys. I also need to give a huge shout to the Teddy Santis collection of Made in USA New Balance. All of them were nice, and the lookbooks are great to use as outfit inspo if you're ever struggling to wear them. Also, I feel like we get caught up in the hype of releases sometimes, and the fact that these are made in the USA by workers who earn a livable wage and have regular working conditions, I think that is very worth noting. I don't think there's a sneaker on this list that I can say that about, so you really do get the best of both worlds with Made in USA New Balance. Next up is the Tom Sachs Nike Craft General shoe in the yellow colorway. I regret sleeping on these, however, the resale price is pretty low, so if you're like me and you missed out, these can actually be one of the more affordable hype shoes to pick up. Part of the reason is because these released in larger quantities and even made it all the way to Kohl's, which I think is super dope. And I've always been of the mindset that you shouldn't want to shoe less because it's more widely available. Just because something is super limited and expensive doesn't mean that you're going to like it more. Anyway, what makes this shoe perfect for fall is that yellow and beige look great with fall outfits, especially with a more workwear style. So it really is one of those silhouettes that look better dirty and beat up. Adidas has had a rough year with all this Yeezy nonsense, but that doesn't mean that they haven't put out some great product. In fact, one of my most worn shoes of the year is the Adidas Samba. It was a shoe that really exploded in 2022, especially over social media. And I think what led to the shoe's success was the fun collaborations they did with brands like Wales Bonner, which give us more colorful versions of the pretty neutral shoe. One of my favorite drops of the year was the Gucci collection with Adidas, which gave us some great Adidas Gazelle colorways. Of all the high fashion sneaker collabs of the year, this one is definitely one of my favorites, so I had to pick up a pair of Gazelles, and I'm glad I did. Very wearable shoe. 2022 was a year where we saw a bunch of sneaker brands emerge, and one of my favorites has to be Salomon. Shoes like the XT6 are a perfect balance of fashion sneaker and functional hiking shoe, which make it perfect for fall. And if you've never styled them before, they're super easy. Just grab a fleece zip up, wear a beanie, and throw a side bag. That's always my go-to. They're also a brand that didn't have to rely on celebrity endorsement or huge collaborations. They've even put out new silhouettes like the Pro Advance, which is another great offering with a cool futuristic vibe with both monochromatic, neutral, and colorful versions. For more great fall Air Jordan recommendations, look no further than the Air Jordan 4 Black Canvas. This shoe is too simple to not work. It's super wearable, but what makes it a great offering for the fall is the canvas material. Some of the most popular colorways come in nubuck, which can be tricky to keep clean. However, the canvas is one of those materials, especially when you think of Chuck Taylors, that look better with more wear. I have to give another shout out to the Air Jordan 4 Military Black as well. This is another shoe that goes with everything. Styling possibilities are honestly endless. And I guarantee for those of you who have either of these shoes, I bet you they've made it to your most worn shoes of the year, which means you get even more value out of your shoes, which is great. For the first time in a long time, I have to give a nod to the Air Jordan 2. I've been a big fan of the recent colorways they've been putting out, like the Unions, Maison Chateau, the Alma Maniere, and of course the Off-White Lows. And in my opinion, these fall into that category similar to Air Jordan 1s and the New Balance 550, where it has this retro basketball sneaker vibe that's worn for more style and outfit purposes. The only issue that I have with this shoe is that it seems that they've relied heavily on collaborations to boost the popularity of the shoe, but I think that's starting to change with the upcoming Chicago Chicago's. Another first on these best sneaker lists are actually a pair of Crocs. You already know I'm referring to the Salehi Bembury Crocs. The recent colorways they've been putting out have fall written all over them. Also, let me be clear, in my opinion, the season is all about wearing hoodies and track pants while lounging around, drinking coffee, you know what I mean. There should definitely be a piece of footwear dedicated to those moments, and for me, it's the Salehi Bembury Crocs. Sizing is a bit tricky. I normally wear a size 8.5 in sneakers, however they don't have half sizes, so what I did is I went down to an 8 and they fit perfectly. Quite possibly the most functional of all the shoes on this list is the Nike ACG Mountain Fly Low. ACG of course stands for all conditions gear, and that is definitely what these are good for. They come in fun colorways, both loud, monochrome, or somewhere in the middle, and with React cushioning and that thick outsole with lots of tread, these are great for hiking or looking fresh. This next shoe is from a brand I think is definitely worth investing in for 2023. It's Asics in the Gel Cayano. This particular colorway is of course the Jown collaboration from earlier this year, and for a lot of people in men's fashion scene, these were a must-have. Similar to the Salomon Pro Advance, these have that Y2K retro futuristic vibe to them, and don't be surprised if you see these on many people's best shoe of the year list. They also come in some suede versions that may be a bit more wearable. However, Asics is a brand not to be played with next year. Aside from their legendary Ronnie Fieg collabs, they've worked with Awake NY and Anderson Bell to put out some gems. The fun continues. Click on this video right here to check out some of the best boots to wear this fall time. Or if you prefer more outfit videos, styling videos, I have 20 casual fall outfit videos right here. So why don't we click on one of those and I'll meet you guys there.